Hi my friends, in the last episode I discussed about what's called a stage fear and I gave you certain ideas how you can improve your confidence level and overcome the stage fear. One of my friends, he saw these episodes and he telephoned to me and he said that he wants to learn public speaking, but the problem is that he having stage fear. I said, what do you want to do? He said, I want to learn how to overcome stage fear. I asked him, why you want? He said, my boss asked me to overcome stage fear. I said, is that the reason you want to overcome? He said, yes. I said, you will never be able to overcome stage fear because your boss wants you to overcome stage fear and you don't want. I could see from his non-verbal communication, this is what was happening in his mind. I asked him, come on, tell me, do you want to be a public speaker or not? Yes, sir. What was standing in the way? Sir, I'm afraid to speak in public. I said, that is stage fear. So I asked him to take a piece of paper and asked him to answer this question. Why should I overcome my stage fear? Why overcoming stage fear is important to me? You may also write down these questions. Why overcoming stage fear is important to me? The third question is, why overcoming stage fear is so important and what will it do for me? That means, what will it do for you? Overcoming stage fear, what will it do for you? So we worked for about 40 minutes. He was able to come out with lot of reasons why he should overcome. Then I asked him, now tell me, is it because your boss asked you to overcome stage fear that you want to do so, or you want to do? He said, no sir, I am now convinced. See, please understand, unless and until you appreciate the need for a particular thing, you are not going to do that. You know why? It's easy to listen to these episodes and take notes. It is also easy to stand in front of a mirror or in front of a mobile phone and deliver a talk. You may overcome all this, but the day when you get into a stage and deliver a speech, that day all these things will disappear because that is the practice, that is the real life. Let us discuss some of the reasons why you should overcome the stage fear. Point number one is, the more you grow in your career, the more people you have to meet. The more people you have to meet and interact, the more number of occasions you have to speak to your group. Please understand this. And if you are going to be afraid, then you will not be able to deliver what you want. Write down these two words, brain and mind. Brain and mind. I have discussed this in many of my episodes. Brain is different, mind is different. The brain is here, but tell me, where is your mind? Brain is a hardware like a computer. Mind is a software. The costliest computer is useless if it is not loaded with the software that is required. You may be highly intelligent because intelligence is to do with brain power. But if your mind is not cooperating with you, whatever that you store in the brain, it is useless. So this exercise I have been asking you to do is to help your mind to get convinced. Write down this word, self-conviction. Self-conviction. That means you should be convinced. Write down your profession. Say, I'm a manager. How many people are reporting to you? Well, I have about 30 to 40 people reporting to me. Do you conduct departmental meetings? I have to, sir, but I don't know why. I'm afraid to speak in front. Then ask yourself, how life would have been if you had exploited every opportunity to speak in public, and what positions you'll be holding today. That is the way to convince yourself. That is how you can use this self-conviction to your advantage. Let us take another profession, a lawyer. A lawyer has to speak. In the same court hall, there will be lawyers who are much more learned than him. The judge will be much more learned, much more informed. The moment you get up, if your mind is pulling you, oh, these people are criticizing me, oh, these people will find fault with me, oh, this judge may not agree what I'm going to say, it's something like a ball and chain. You know this ball and chain? A huge iron ball is tied to your feet. Even if you want to move, you cannot move because it is pulling you. If you are a political leader, all the more reason you have to overcome this stage fear. I'm sure all of you are watching the electioneering that is taking place at this point of the time. Look at the political leaders, how much audience in front. He knows pretty well that the next day there will be hundreds of comments, and these days we are so connected with the social media that as he is speaking, hundreds of messages will be there. Some of them will be bad, abusive, wounding. He has to be very, very clear. This is what I want to deliver. Let people take whatever they want. But as I said earlier, preparation is very, very important. Write down this word: personal compulsion, others' compulsion. Compulsion could be in various ways. You have a self-compulsion. Please write down this word: self-convincing reason. Self-compulsion. Write down the other word: others' compulsion. In order to do anything, you should be self-convinced. Once you are convinced, once you know, why should I improve or overcome my stage fear, you will start practicing. As I told you, get onto the stage every time there is an opportunity. Even if you forget, it is fine. In schools, I used to give this training. I used to admire some of the students who will come very bold. After a few seconds, they will fumble and come out. And two types of reactions I have seen. One type of students will never ever get onto the stage. Another type of students will wait for the next opportunity, just jump onto the stage and deliver the same speech again. It all depends on the mindset. The mindset. The first type of student is more worried that others are going to judge. The second set of students, yes, what if, so what, what next? So the message in this episode is, you need to be personally convinced that you have to overcome this stage fear. If you don't do that, it's not going to be. As I have been repeatedly telling, you cannot overcome stage fear. You cannot become a public speaker overnight. It is a gradual exercise. It may take about 3 months, 4 months time. It's not like going for a facial and coming out with a different face get-up. It's building skill. That calls for commitment. That calls for personal conviction. Self-compelling reason. Once it is there, you'll be able to do all these exercises. In matter of months, you'll be the best public speaker. One more exercise for you. Log on to the YouTube channel and listen to some leaders delivering a message and write down 3 reasons why you liked what you liked in their speech. And next time when you have to deliver a speech, keep this in mind. See you in the next episode.